Hello there, my charge of people. This is Boyd talking today about multiplicative properties of exponents. First, let's start with the power of a power. For any number a and all integers m and n, if you have a to the m power times a to the n power, you have a to the m plus n. So if we multiply bases that are the same, we add their exponents. So y times y to the fifth. This y with no exponent we can assume has a 1, and that becomes y to the 6th. M squared times m to the 7th, that becomes m2 plus 7, or m to the 9th. X to the 4th times x cubed, that's x to the 4 plus 3, or x to the 7th. And lastly over here, n to the 5th times n cubed. Oh, that's an m. We want an n to the 8th. So we look at this big, hairy expression here. Simplify 4a cubed bc times negative 3a squared b to the 5th. It's not nearly as awful as it looks. We multiply 4 times negative 3. That's negative 12. We multiply a cubed times a squared. That's a. 3 plus 2 is a to the 5th. B times b to the 5th is 1 plus 5 is b to the 6th. And then c stands alone. So that's the product of powers. Now we have power of a power. If we have a number a and all integers m and n, if we have a to the m power to the n power, then we multiply those exponents. So if we have y to the 5th squared, that's y to the 5 times 2. That's y to the 10th. X squared to the 5th is x to the 10th times x cubed. Well, now we're going to add, because we're multiplying bases again. That's x to the 13th. X cubed cubed, 3 times 3 is x to the 9th. Now, this is when we multiply a lot in a row, we have to use all of our knowledge. X cubed squared, or n cubed squared is n to the 6th. We multiply, n to the 4th cubed is n to the 12th. Now we add exponents, n to the 18th. And lastly, we've got this b to the 5th cube. 5 times 3 is 15, so that's b to the 15th power. It's power of a power. Power of a product. If we have two numbers, two variables that are multiplied together inside the parentheses and they're taken to a power, it's like we distribute that power to each part of what's in our parentheses and give it that power. Let's use that practice over here. Negative 4 cubed is negative 64. X cubed is x cubed. Y cubed, y cubed. And then we've got negative 2 to the 3rd power is negative 8. And x squared cubed is x to the 6th. Now I can multiply my bases. Negative 64 times negative 8 is positive 512. X cubed times x to the 6th. We add our exponents, x to the 9th, and then y cubed. Let's try the one below. Negative 3 cubed is negative 27. M squared cubed, m to the 6th. N to the 4th cubed, n to the 12th. And 2 to the 4th power. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. N to the 20th. Now we multiply bases. Negative 27 times 16 is negative 432. M to the 6th stays. N to the 12th times n to the 20th is n to the 32nd. Let's do this last one over here underneath our example. Simplify 3a squared, b to the 5th, c to all to the 3rd power. Well, 3 to the 3rd is 27. A squared cubed is a to the 6th. B to the 5th cubed is b to the 15th. And c cubed is just c cubed. All right, let's flip your paper over and do some practice. Now that you know how all the rules work, we're just going to put those into practice. First, we're going to multiply just some things together. R times R, that means we have two R's, R squared. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ends, so let's end to the 6th. Just adding exponents when we multiply similar bases. -4 times -5 is 20. X cubed times x to the 7th is x to the 10th. We add the exponents. -3 times 2 is -6. J squared times j to the 1st is j cubed. X to the 4th times k to the 4th times k to the 6th is k to the 10th. Name of the game is adding our exponents. We have a to the 4th times a is a to the 5th. 1b and 5 more is 6 and 4 more is 10, so b to the 10th. Next row, try those on your own. All right, 6 times -2 is -12. Y to the 4th times y to the 8th is y to the 12th. We add those exponents. 4 times 2 is 8. X to the 5th times x to the 1st is x to the 6th. Y to the 1st times y cubed is y to the 4th. We've got 4 all by itself. A cubed squared, we multiply now and get a to the 6th. B to the 4th to the 5th is b to the 20th. -3 cubed is -27. And x cubed. Y to the 5th cubed is y to the 15th. The next ones are a lot longer, but there's nothing that you don't already know how to do, so try it. All right, we have -4 all by itself, so it's just going to stay -4. A squared is a to the 4th. B cubed times b to the 5th cubed. Okay, so let's keep b cubed just like it is. B to the 5th cubed is b to the 15th. And then we have 1/2 b on the end. So we can put together -4 and 1/2. That's -2. A to the 4th is just going to stay a to the 4th. Nothing else can go with that. Then we have 3 plus 15 plus 1 is b to the 19th. Try the next one on your own. It's real similar. All right, we've got 5 cubed. Well, that's 125. Let's get rid of all the powers of powers now. X to the 4th squared is x to the 8th. Y to the 7th stays. X to the 6th cubed is x to the 18th. And then 4/5 y. We've got 125 times 4/5. Well, 125 divided by 5 is 25 times 4 is 100. Then we have x to the 8th and x to the 18th. That's x to the 26th. Y to the 7th and y to the 1st is y to the 8th. I want you to notice that I put these in alphabetical order for the most part. That is not required. It's just so that I don't miss anything. You can put them in whatever order you want. Next 3, let's try those out. Let's get rid of our exponents outside first. -3 stays, and then we have 2 to the 4th is 16, x to the 4th. 4 squared is 16, and then x to the 10th, and then y squared. So 16 and 16 and 3 is -3 is -768. And then we have x to the 4th and x to the 10th is x to the 14th. And then y squared. Middle one, go. 2xy squared, that's 4x squared y squared minus 3x squared times 4y to the 4th. 4 times -3 times 4, that's 16 times -3, that's -48. And then the x's. maybe, if I can get this to work. There we go. X squared is x to the fourth. And then y squared, y to the fourth is y to the sixth. Last one in this row, negative 3 squared, positive 9, and then j to the fourth, and then k to the sixth. That'll be times 2 cubed is 8, j to the sixth, k cubed. 9 times 8 is 72. J to the fourth times j to the sixth is j to the 10th, and then k to the 9th. All right. The next ones are area. We've had plenty of practice with doing these. I don't feel like we need to do that. So just skip that. If you have any questions on these, be sure and let me know. Reach out, and I hope to see you soon.